Oh, hello. I was just sitting here proofreading my book. Look out for shorts, a prison memoir. You're probably here for my smoothie demonstration, done with a Vitamix. Because who better to take culinary advice from than an ex-con? Step over here, shall we? Okay, before I get started on my award-winning smoothie recipe, I really want to sing the praises of the Vitamix, which is my new best friend, pretty much. It's been 3 years now. We've been through a lot. This one cost $500 new, although I got it for $350 off Craigslist. The guy said he won it in a raffle and didn't need it because he had a different one at home. Probably full of shit, but I don't care. I mean, I got my Vitamix for a cut rate. You can also get one, the lower model, like I don't think they even matter. Seriously, especially if you're going to use it for a smoothie. $350 at Costco. Lifetime guarantee on these things. Costco has their guarantee. You can pretty much take used underwear back and get the full refund. So this thing, buy it instead of buying 5 other blenders because it's never going to break down. I mean, as far as I can tell, you could put nails in this and make buckshot out of it. Or buckshot out of them. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it turns out it's time to clean this thing, and that's the easiest thing, and it's fun. And it looks like a hurricane in here when you clean it. That's hot water in it already. You just put a dip of Dawn Power Spray in there, and I like to call this Hurricane Carrot Chopper. To digress a little, I always wondered why they name hurricanes after people instead of like what it felt like. You know, like Hurricane Crotch Kick would make more sense. Or Hurricane Ball Breaker. I mean, you can just imagine the old timers saying, man, I remember when Hurricane Homewrecker came through here. There was no reason to stay home for that one. I should have evacuated. Hurricane Homebreaker kicked my ass. Homewrecker, whatever. All right. First step with the Vitamix is apply hearing protection because it sounds like a hurricane or basically a weed eater, a low-pitched weed eater in the kitchen. And incidentally, if you ever want to get rid of somebody, say a roommate or a spouse in a passive-aggressive manner, just work with one of these every day and they'll leave eventually. It probably won't take long either. Anyway, make sure the top's secure because we have a serious, we have a hurricane in a half-gallon container. And so you let it rip. This is my favorite part. Turn it up. See? How do you like it? I mean, in COVID times, you've run out of ways to entertain the children. Although it might cost you dearly. You might have to do it every day. But anyway, now on to the recipe. Okay, here we are, ready to make the smoothie. We have your standard ingredients. I've got here carrots. Believe me, I don't normally put them in bowls like this. I just chop them straight into the thing. The point is you don't need a cutting board or anything that's going to take extra time. I'm a bachelor here. I want this done as quickly as possible. That's also why I make a smoothie, because I don't want to spend time chewing. And everything here is, well, other than the avocado, is a pain in the ass to chew. Carrots, broccoli, spinach takes forever. A salad takes forever. The point is to make this drinkable. So, and to save time, because I don't have time to screw around in the kitchen. I don't care. Anyway, this made me think, speaking of Cleveland, Ohio, setting out the ingredients as if I'm a chef made me think of Chef Tell. I don't know if you're from Cleveland. You would remember him from the late 70s, early 80s. And I use his voice quite frequently in life. I say, very simple, very easy. Chef Tell, he's from the Eastern Bloc, I don't know where. It's very simple, very easy. Okay, so here we go with the smoothie. First you put the carrots in. I have no measurements. My only measurement is, that looks about right. Measurement takes time. Measurement adds frickin' dishes to clean. You got your almond milk, which says unsweetened, but don't believe that. It makes it pretty sweet. That's where that's what makes this palatable. So you put in some of that, save a little money by throwing water in on top. Oh, that looks fantastic. Then here comes the broccoli. It's about right. Maybe a flurry too many. But anyway, that's good enough for our purposes today. Throw in the spinach. Again, I don't know how much that is. Doesn't matter. That's a little more than I usually do. You can also throw in kale. And the thing about kale, spinach expires relatively quickly, but kale lasts forever. And the Vitamix, the benefit of the Vitamix compared to other lesser blenders is it just gets rid of kale. You know, apparently kale's the last thing that gets blended in a typical blender. This thing eats kale for breakfast. It's not a problem. Frozen peas, this is good for you, and it's helpful if you want to eat it right away and you don't want it to be too warm. It kind of cools it off a little, along with the almond milk. Squeeze out an avocado, and you'll notice all of these ingredients are great for you. What do they call them? Alpha. No, that's not right. You know what I'm trying to say. Amino acids, omega-3, whatever the hell it is. But, as you can see, anyway. Now, here comes the fun part. You've got the tamper. This is important because you need to go, here's the Vitamix, you got a hole there, and you're gonna need that to mix it up. Don't forget to apply the hearing protection, because you're gonna need it. And here we go. Let's see, where were we? I know we want it on that setting. right, I let that one run in the entire 50 seconds. You don't always have to do that. And if you actually have a roommate or a spouse that you want to keep around, you're probably better off not letting it run the full 50 seconds. Anyway, the tamper, that one went pretty smoothly, but the tamper you want to have just to get the goods down there into the blade. And then this always reminds me of prison when I take the tamper. It's still tasty, even without the sweetening part. Now, speaking of sweetening, and this adds the still more goodness, sweetness, and protein, because we're not eating meat after all. You put some of this in there. It's great for after workout. You feel really good about yourself. Instead of going to get a burger or something, you go with with a veggie smoothie. These are chia seeds, another amino omega-3, whatever the hell it is. Again, no measuring. You just dump it in there till it looks good. And I think I just skipped a step. I always forget this, by the way. You take the thing, again, the same knife you cut everything with, because we want the fewer dirty utensils, the better. Anyway, you need to, it's better to stir it before you put the powder in, because powder sticks to the blade. But anyway, there's going to be a little vacuum in there from where the blade was going, and it won't take it in right away if you forget to get it to drop. And you can also use, I've used hemp seeds as well, along with chia seeds. I used to alternate them, but hemp seeds got a little expensive, so I said F that. You can get chia seeds cheap, like hemp seeds, chia seeds. I usually have organic protein by the bulk too. You can get it online, no problemo. Anyway, here we go. One more. You don't really have to go all in with the 50 seconds here. Just let it rip until it looks good. See, that sounds like it's not so good, but as long as the wheels are turning, you're fine. Sometimes it's locked up, then you gotta go.
This is all wrong.
That's plenty. Didn't go the full 50 seconds, but who cares? All right, now here you dump it out. This is perfection. Now, you would expect a smoothie to be able to, the name says smoothie, like a straw. You could drink it like out of a cup. I prefer mine to be a little thicker. The consistency of a Frosty from Wendy's, and that way you can eat it like soup as opposed to in a cup. And the way to really pull this off is to add still more ridiculously nutritious things into the mix. Literally. Walnuts, D's nuts, and raisins give it a little consistency when you're chewing. You know, you're putting it in your mouth. You know, where else are you going to put it up your ass? Anyway, it's good to mix it in, and it adds a little sweetness and it adds consistency, something to chew on as you're essentially eating soup. And there you go. You can. I usually make 2 batches. As you see, I put another one in here. I'm gonna eat that later. But you can make 2 batches, so you're only doing it once a day. And is there anything? Could anything look more appetizing than this? I mean, come on, give me some praise for presentation, because it doesn't get any better than that. And finally, another bachelor helper, time saver, is screw saran wrap. Saran wrap, A, costs money, and it's a pain in the ass to deal with. It takes time. Screw saran wrap, and you can find a use for your, you're not killing the environment with these things. You're doing this. Simply put the bowl in, group the bag up, twist it, bam. That's good for a week. Actually, this stuff only works for, stays good for about 3 days, and then you're kind of pushing it. But that's going to be nice and fresh. It's as good as a saran wrap. And I should have made my own video just for that. Or that, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, that's my veggie smoothie recipe and method. And don't forget to buy my book, Look Out for Shorts. I did not learn all this in prison. But boy, if there was a Vitamix in prison, I could have traded it for pretty much anything if I would have had a Vitamix. I could have traded it for K2, although I didn't smoke that shit. Don't make you crazy. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Check out my website, lookoutforshorts.com, and I'll catch you later.